You know that one celebrity couple that just feels untouchable? The couple everyone points to as the example of power, success, and relationship goals. For the past 2 decades, that's been Jay-Z and Beyonce. They're music royalty. They have everything. Grammys, billions, a perfect family image, an influence that reaches far beyond entertainment. But lately, that image has started to crack. Because in 2024-2025, as Diddy's name started dominating headlines for all the wrong reasons, something interesting happened. People started looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce again harder this time, and old conspiracy theories that we all thought were long gone suddenly resurfaced. From the Illuminati rumors to dark industry secrets to the alleged connection between Beyonce and Aaliyah's death, the internet is digging everything back up. So today we're going to take a deep dive into the rise of Jay-Z and Beyonce, the theories that have haunted them for over 20 years, and the shocking claims that might connect them to some of the biggest scandals in music history. And before getting into it, just to be very clear, this video is for discussion and commentary purposes only. These are theories, rumors, and public claims, not proven facts. But they are worth unpacking because the way fame and secrets work in the music industry is honestly terrifying. Alright, let's go back to where it all began. It's the year 2000. Destiny's Child is at the top of the charts. Beyonce is 19 and Jay-Z is already a 31-year-old rap mogul with hits, a record label, and a sharp reputation for being one of the sharpest businessmen in the game. They meet, start talking, and by 2001 they're officially dating. At least that's their official version. Jay-Z has said he met Beyonce at 16, but we'll go with their PR version. Now that 12-year age gap raised eyebrows, especially because Beyonce was still a teenager at the time. But back then, the media didn't pick it apart the way they probably would today. Jay-Z was already huge. He'd worked with Mariah Carey, Biggie, Kanye, and was building what would eventually become a billion-dollar empire with Rockefeller Records. Beyonce, meanwhile, was transforming from lead singer of a girl group into the star everyone was watching. And together, they became unstoppable. They collaborated on songs, appeared in each other's videos, and publicly supported one another's careers. When they got married in 2008, fans called it the royal wedding of hip-hop. Over time, the achievements only stacked higher. Jay-Z would become rap's first billionaire, Beyonce would break record after record, 32 Grammys, more than 200 million albums sold, and countless accolades calling her one of the greatest performers of all time. They were flawless, or at least they looked flawless. And as we know, when you shine that bright, people are bound to look for shadows. Let's talk about the early 2010s, the era of Illuminati confirmed memes and triangles on everything. It all started with a hand gesture. Jay-Z's iconic diamond sign, which he used to represent Rockefeller Records, somehow became proof that he was part of the Illuminati, the secret society allegedly controlling the entertainment industry. It sounds ridiculous now, but at the time, this theory dominated the internet. Every music video was dissected. Every lyric was analyzed for hidden meaning. People pointed to Jay-Z's video for on to the next one, which features abstract visuals, skulls, crosses, Baphomet imagery, and decided he was making satanic references. Then came Beyonce's Single Ladies, which conspiracy theorists claimed contained demonic messages if you played it backwards. And of course, her 2013 Super Bowl performance, the one where she threw out the diamond gesture again, reignited the rumor mill. It got to the point where even Kanye West chimed in during his St. Pablo tour, claiming that the elites controlled stars like Jay-Z and Beyonce, and that he wanted Jay to call him instead of sending killers. That clip has been floating around online for years, fueling endless speculation about what Kanye really meant. Eventually, both Jay-Z and Beyonce addressed the rumors head-on. Jay-Z said in one song, "I said I was a Mason, not that I'm a Mason," clarifying that people are twisting his words. Beyonce later dismissed the whole thing in her song Formation, singing, "Y'all haters con you with that Illuminati mess." But as we all know, denial doesn't stop conspiracy theories. It usually makes them worse. Fast forward to now. When these scandals began breaking, the lawsuits, the arrests, the shocking claims, the internet started asking, who else knew? And that's why Jay-Z and Beyonce's names popped up again. Some theorists claim their careers, and especially Beyonce's rise, are tied to the fall of others. One of the most disturbing rumors connects Beyonce's success to Aaliyah's death in 2001. According to certain corners of the internet, Aaliyah was supposed to be the next big thing, the real queen of R&B. But after her tragic plane crash, Beyonce's solo career exploded, and some theorists say that's not a coincidence. Rolling Stone even reported on these whispers years ago, noting that some fans genuinely believed Aaliyah was eliminated after trying to leave the control of the so-called music industry, and that Beyonce took her place. Again, there's absolutely no evidence for that, but it's one of those theories that refuses to die, especially because of how eerily intertwined these artists' timelines are. Even J. Cole referenced Aaliyah, Beyonce, and Lisa Left Eye Lopez in his 2013 song She Knows, which people interpreted as another hint that these women were somehow connected through tragedy. And then there's the newer theory that female artists today are expected to thank Beyonce at award shows or risk backlash. People have stitched together entire compilations of Grammy speeches where artists tearfully thank her, from Adele to Lizzo to Megan Thee Stallion. It's all pure speculation, of course, but it's become this running joke online that Beyonce is the industry mother everyone must appease. Now let's get to the part that's made all of this resurface. Diddy. Jay-Z and Diddy go way back to the 1990s, when both were climbing the ranks of the music industry. They collaborated, partied together, and are often photographed side by side. When Diddy's world started collapsing, with lawsuits alleging trafficking, assault, and racketeering, Jay-Z stayed silent, and people noticed. 50 Cent, as he always does, jumped in to make fun of the situation. But beyond the jokes, there's a real question about why Jay-Z hadn't said anything. Jay-Z's former business partner Dame Dash has also criticized him over the years, especially for collaborating with R. Kelly. Even after R. Kelly's abuse of Aaliyah became public, Dame Dash, who dated Aaliyah before her death, said he thought it was morally wrong and implied Jay-Z ignored red flags because it benefited his career. Combine that history with Diddy's downfall, and suddenly Jay-Z's silence looks less like privacy and more like self-protection. And then, because this story wasn't chaotic enough, in walks Jaguar Wright. If you've been online the past few years, you've probably seen her name. She's a singer who once worked with Jay-Z and The Roots, and she's been making bold claims about the industry for years. About Diddy, Common, Mary J. Blige, and more. In late 2025, she went on Piers Morgan Uncensored and dropped an absolute bomb. She claimed Jay-Z funded the surviving R. Kelly documentary to get revenge and protect himself from his own alleged connections to the scandal. She accused Beyonce of being complicit and called them a nasty couple who do nasty things. Almost immediately, Jay-Z and Beyonce's lawyers responded. They called the allegations completely false and sent legal warnings to the network. Piers Morgan ended up apologizing publicly and cutting that segment from the episode, which of course only made the internet more suspicious, because when something disappears, people assume it's because there's something to hide. Yako doubled down later that same week, going on another podcast where she claimed, and I quote, Jay-Z arranged Aaliyah's death to clear the path for Beyonce's career. The clip went viral on TikTok with over 15 million views, and the comments were flooded with people saying things like, this explains everything. Now, for context, Jaguar Wright's credibility is deeply debated. Some say she knows the industry's secrets. Others think she's struggling and lashing out. She's been arrested, accused of mental health crisis, and has made a long list of claims that never held up. Still, she's been right about a few things. She accused Diddy of abusive behavior long before the lawsuits came out. Some people have always wondered if she was telling the truth this time. Adding to the chaos, podcast and media personality Jason Lee, known for Hollywood Unlocked, claimed that Jay-Z personally called him after Jaguar's interview to put out the flames. He had a message to Jay-Z on his show, asking him to stop calling people about him and to call him himself. And then he made the most dramatic statement of all. If I go missing, you know who did it. Now let's be honest, Jason Lee has a reputation for being theatrical. Most people think he exaggerated or made it up for attention. But again, these claims only add more smoke to the already massive fire around Jay-Z and Beyonce. So what does that leave us? Here's the thing. There's no hard evidence connecting Jay-Z or Beyonce to any of these claims. Not the Illuminati, not Diddy, not Aaliyah's death. But conspiracy theories don't need evidence. They thrive on mystery. And Jay-Z and Beyonce are two of the most private, powerful, and perfectly controlled celebrities in the world. When you never show people the real you, they'll make one up. Are Jay-Z and Beyonce secretly dark, manipulative industry elites, or are they just victims of their own myth, symbols of success that people love to tear down? Honestly, I don't know. But what I do know is that every time they try to distance themselves from the noise, the internet pulls them right back in. The spotlight on Jay-Z and Beyonce is only going to get brighter and harsher. So what do you think? Are Jay-Z and Beyonce just misunderstood icons who've become easy targets? Or is there something deeper happening behind the closed doors of the industry? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read your theories.